I want to thank Muhammad for leading them throughout the fall and spring semesters to help them formulate their ideas and develop their work. The advisors for each team for engaging the students and working with them on their ideas. Akid, the Dean's Office for providing the resources and help with it. We also were very lucky to have Bassam Jalga as an entrepreneur in residence. He has a lot of experience in the ecosystem, and he's been supporting the students as well. We have also great support from Fusion, an incubator slash accelerator investor in the US, who's also keen on taking our teams and helping them grow, beyond Lebanon in the region and in the US. So we're very excited to have these students with us, and I really commend and salute their curiosity and drive to go beyond their comfort zone and beyond the regular traditional curriculum to explore these ideas and look at the viability and filling a need that was identified in the market and coming up with these innovative solutions. So I invite you to engage with them, learn more about their innovations, and provide any feedback. So thank you all, and we look forward to your presentations.
All right, thanks Walid for the introduction. My name is Mohammed Fanous, and I'm the instructor of the MSFEA Accelerator Program, previously known, for those who've been part of the ecosystem before, previously known as the FYP Accelerator Program. So the program used to support final year projects exclusively, and this year we opened it up for everyone at MSFEA. Everyone who has high potential ideas could apply to this program and be part of it. And with the support of Fusion, we've received tons of applications this year during the fall, and we've really filtered out the best 6 startups today for the pitching and competing for the seed funding. So this program is part of the entrepreneurship initiative at MSFEA. The entrepreneurship initiative at MSFEA basically helps foster the entrepreneurship mindset for engineering students. The marriage between entrepreneurship and engineering hasn't been the easiest and the smoothest, but with the activities and the support that we've been receiving over the past few years, things have been moving forward and progressing towards getting more interest in entrepreneurship and startups. And really the aim of this program is not only to graduate startups, but also to graduate potential founders. So even if the students today graduate and not continue working on the startups, the chances are that they will start a startup later in their careers is much higher, as they've garnered the foundations of exploring customer discovery, understanding business models, go-to-market strategies, and understanding what it takes to make a startup succeed. So some of the activities that we run at the Entrepreneurship Initiative include the flagship accelerator program. We run a hackathon. We run entrepreneurship office hours that is not only exclusive to students who join the program, but everyone at MSFEA who are keen to explore anything related to entrepreneurship and startups could come in and get feedback and advice on anything entrepreneurship related. We run corporate innovation programs such as industry-specific startup competition. And we are active contributors to the wider AUB startup ecosystem. We work very closely with AUB iPark to take students from campus into the industry and into receiving more serious acceleration and incubation support. And we are working on an MSFEA Entrepreneurs Alumni Network, which is coming soon. So this program, as I mentioned, runs over 2 semesters. So the students everyone here joined during the fall semester. During the fall, it was more of a bootcamp style, where they did customer discovery, understood what the problem that they're working on, the customer segments that they're trying to tackle. And the best of the students, or the most serious, most committed of the students during the fall semester, made it to the spring semester, where they worked on their business models, go-to-market strategy, pitching, investment readiness, and the likes. And this year, we've added two main components, two main resources into the entrepreneurship initiative, which is Fusion. Fusion is a student startup investor based in the US. They mainly invest in Georgia Tech startups, and is founded by someone called Chris Klaus, who's an exited cybersecurity entrepreneur, and they generously just partnered up with us to support students here to get the most promising startups from MSFEA, to help them not only with funding but also setting up their companies in the US and exploring the US market in terms of clients, business development. So their partnership has been really instrumental in accelerating interest in entrepreneurship at MSFEA, and really improving the prospects of startups, making it beyond just the accelerator program. We've also, we were joined by Bassam Jalgha, who's the founder and CTO of Band Industries. If you've ever heard of Rodi Tuner, the automatic tuner of guitars, a very established and successful entrepreneur who's also a graduate of MSFEA. So he joined us this year as an entrepreneur in residence, and has been supporting startups throughout the year in getting expert advice, industry, someone who's been there and done it before over the period of over 10 years. And he's been very helpful in helping the startups develop their product, develop their MVP roadmap, and generally prepare them to pitch and to become investment ready. So on to the main event of the day. I would like to welcome the jury members, starting with Sarah Yaqub, who is the head of Lebanon advisory at Gross Boundary. Thanks for joining us, Sarah. Second, Antoon Mawad, who's joined also by his colleague James. Thanks for joining us. Antoon is the VP of Investment at IM Funding, and James is VC analyst at IM Funding, also one of the most active investors in the country, maybe the only. And last but not least, Maurice Matar, the founder and exited founder of Field 22 Beauty, the leading beauty e-commerce brand in Lebanon. He's now a consultant and also an instructor at MSFEA. So welcome home, Maurice. The startups today will be competing for seed funding, of 15K, 10K, and 5K. So there will be 3 awards today. The seed funding is purely for the development of your startups. So this funding, although it has a personal stipend for your own personal expenses, but it's mainly geared towards the startups who are committed and dedicated to continue their startup forward, and they can use the money towards product development, marketing, and if they want to complement their team with additional talent, this fund can be used for that. Now, without further delay, let's welcome EduTailor with the first startup. Just a reminder on the format: each startup will have 5 minutes to pitch, followed by 7 minutes of Q&A. All right? Thank you. Please. We have the microphones here.
Okay.
The clicker is also here.
Okay, perfect. If I want to stay on the podium, I can just click from here, right? If I want to stay on the podium, I can just click from here. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hi, everyone. We're EduTailor. We are your partner in your programming journey. Our education system is broken. Conventional education practices today are driving negative outcomes for our students. This is because courses have a rigid structure. Meanwhile, we have over 16 personality types for students, and there isn't regular interaction between student and professor in their office hours and in their classes. Our purpose as EduTailor is to democratize quality education for engineering students. We believe that by shifting the way we learn code, we can have a positive impact on solving the world's most pressing problems. This is why our solution, EduTailor, came into play. EduTailor is an AI-powered toolkit that is tailored towards engineering university students. Our platform provides accurate and interactive tutoring assistance for engineering students, specifically in math-based and engineering problems. Our MVP strategy is to target the engineer's biggest pain point at EUB, which is the Introduction to Programming course EECE 230. Our interviews that we conducted with EUB engineering students further highlight validation for our startup. Students reported that they don't get accurate answers for their questions in conventional AI chatbots such as ChatGPT, and that chats are not interactive. Our key drivers are intelligent tutoring system, where generative AI allows for personalized training in terms of real-time feedback and adaptive path, and also content creation and curriculum development, where generative AI automates crafting engaging learning materials tailored to specific topics or grades, that being interactive activities, lesson plans, or assessments. The market size is rapidly growing too. In 2022, it was $214 million, and with a growth rate of 39.5%, we expect it to be $5.3 billion in 2030. Our solution, EduTailor, targets these markets' pain points. We have tailored answers, personalized learning experience that adapts to each student's learning style and pace. We have interactive chats, where EduTailor AI includes tutoring and exercises for interactive learning, which ChatGPT lacks. And we have accurate results since we use the official material of the courses and emerging technologies to accurately solve the engineering problems posed by the students. Now is the best time to enter the market since our added value is unique from our competitors. On a scale of affordability versus the level of education, EduTailor fits right in where there is no direct competition. Our business model strategy is a subscription model where we have two accounts, the free account, which is 10 requests per day, and the premium account, which is EduTailor Plus, which has unlimited requests and also is ad-free. And in the future, we plan to add corporate subscription for universities where we integrate EduTailor's chatbot with the already built-in tools for the university, and also we plan on including advertisements in the free subscription. Our roadmap, so far we've done brand creation and marketing strategy, we've developed the chatbot, backend and frontend services, and integrated everything together. So our MVP is ready. By the end of the semester, we plan on deploying and also iterating in the market to build on student feedback. Our go-to-market strategy will be to design and print flyers around campuses, releasing digital ads on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and collecting information from our first users to later in summer 2024 iterate the product based on that feedback. Our ask is $200,000. We have a commitment of $100K, and the amount will be spent to tailor content for top 5 universities in Lebanon, which have a similar curriculum to EUB, that being EUB, LEU, NDU, Balamand, and Hagazian. And the costs will be divided upon advertising, operating, salaries, and taxes. Our team is Liwa, who's our AI developer, myself as the front-end engineer, Hussam as the back-end, and Naji, who is our business developer. And that's it for our end. We are very excited to launch, so please scan the barcode to be the first who sign up for the waitlist so that when we're live, you can be the first users for our platform. And that's it from our end.
We have 7 minutes for Q&A.
Hello, thank you for this presentation. I just want to know more about the team. So you guys are all engineers. I know you have the right background to build this tool, and it shows. What makes you a good team to launch this product and scale it forward?
Okay, so the 3 of us are 43 CCE students, and we've gone through our internships and several courses at university. So for example, Liwa, during his internship, he worked on an AI product that uses generative AI. It's something that gives him a lot of experience when building this sort of application. During my internship and other courses, I've built several backend applications, things that should work at scale, things that should be deployed quickly. So this gave me a lot of backend experience, which I can apply here. And Sabine worked on a lot of front end over the years and during her internship, so this also gives her the experience.
But business-wise, I mean, on your go-to-market. So today you're saying you're going to distribute the flyers, fine. You have finalized your marketing strategy. How did you do this? What about a little bit of the surveys that you've done? How did you validate that this product is not just tailored for your university, for example, or for your class, or for you only?
So far in our interviews, we've targeted engineering students at EUB specifically because that is where our MVP stands. but the questions were tailored towards the pain points in their studying habits, which allowed us to see the solution. So we've asked for the problem first, and then based on that, we tailored our solution based on that problem, basically. So it allowed us to visualize what the gaps are in the educational conventional ways of learning, which allowed us to print what we need out of our startup, which is tailored towards integration of generative AI in the education sector.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Can you expand more on your pricing? How much would the premium version cost, and how many users are you expecting? And a bit on the financials, like based on how many users you're expecting, when do you think you'll turn a profit or you'll break even?
Okay, so EduTailor Plus, which is the premium account, we're kind of budgeting it between $10 to $20 per month for the students. The 100K ask that we asked for is actually for the reason to get us to the point of traction, which is the next milestone, which is having more than one university. As I mentioned, we need 5 universities based on our preliminary calculations or financial calculations to be able to hit the traction and then basically go on and forward with the account.
So you'd be selling to the universities, not to the students directly?
Student universities particularly. So the $10 to $20 prescription for EduTailor Premium is for the universities of the different for the students of the different universities. And later in the future plan, which is the second milestone we plan to get to, it's the getting the corporate subscription for universities.
Okay, and did you calculate how many students you need to break even? How many premium paying students?
Based on the 100K that we asked for and 100K that we have commitment of, we can get about 6 months of 20 users per month, just for the sake of getting their feedback and building on the platform, but further calculations have not been done yet.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, so what's your go-to-market strategy in terms of scalability? How do you plan on scaling this, maybe regionally or abroad, let's say? Do you have a strategy in place for that or not yet?
So we're planning to start with engineering students, specifically with the curriculum covering the programming courses. After that, we can expand to other courses for engineering students, and then we can expand to other majors for students. And for the scalability of our product technically is very scalable. The MVP currently can be scaled to many number of users, and it can be scaled to different courses because the technology we're using is very compatible to accept different courses and the different majors. So we're starting with engineering students and the coding or programming curriculum courses, and then we can expand to other courses and possibly to other fields of studying.
Sounds good, thanks.
Hello, I have a question on the business model. So when you say that it's a free option for 10 requests per day, have you done, or do you know how many requests on average does a student need per month? Like, what if this is all they need and they don't have to go to the premium? So because it seems to me, and I don't know how it works, that 10 requests per day is a very good number. So perhaps a lot may not have to go to the premium, but I might be missing something about the nature of the engineering.
So basically, our chatbot will act as an AI tutor assistant. So it is along the lifetime of the course or the curriculum of these courses. So it's throughout all the semester. So definitely the user will have like more than 10 requests, more than 10 questions, more than 10 exercises to provide. Also, we're planning on do some quiz generation. So it will be the study companion of students throughout their whole semester. So according to our basic usage, the student will have much more than 10 requests. These 10 requests are just to experience or to try the experience with our AI tutor assistant.
Okay, great. And my other question is on the use of funds. So I saw that 130K, which is like more than half of the funds is going for salaries and taxes, which means you're planning to hire properly. So what kind of hiring structure do you have in mind? How will the team look like after this round?
So what we're mainly trying to focus on is mainly from branding and from a growth perspective. So we're trying to hire many people that are into growth marketing. and also people from a technical perspective, where because as we scale this up more and more, we're gonna need to have integrate maybe let's say federated learning, so that like we keep privacy and maintain everything on a on a per user basis. So these all add up in costs, and also this includes our own salaries. So it's not just hiring other people. So that's also a bulk. So we're just it's just 6 employees in total, from a hiring perspective.
Okay, thank you. That's it for me.
Just one more thing. What would prevent like another AI tool to solve this problem, like immediately, maybe plugin for another ChatGPT thing, or it seems that it could be done from a big player like quickly, or is your problem really very tailored so that it's really hard to do it again? So what makes it really unique here?
Okay, so the customization of our product and the segment we're targeting, which is the engineering students, where their needs and suffers are specific to these kind of courses. So the customization and personalization we're providing with our chatbot makes us unique than the generic chatbots. So even if implementing some add-ons, for example, on ChatGPT or others, it won't provide the customization and personalization which is provided by our product for this specific courses and for this specific segment of customers.
But in principle, can this be duplicated into business, finance, other, or is it very specific?
Yes, definitely. So the chatbot itself, it just need like a different knowledge base to interact with. The knowledge base in our case is the course. So we're just dealing with the knowledge base, adding some courses, and the chatbot can interact or can be compatible with any knowledge base we create.
Okay.
Hello everyone. So imagine imagine your solar panels clean themselves all alone without having for you to intervene and to clean them by yourself. Introducing CleanBot, the revolutionary solar panel cleaning robot that is an innovative solution to clean your solar panels without the trouble of you climbing up to the panels and cleaning them. So we refer to the CleanBot as the Roomba of solar panel cleaning robot. So for those of you who do not know what is Roomba, so Roomba is the vacuum cleaning robot that is used for households and is very widely used across Amazon. They are sold and they have a very big market. So what's the problem exactly with cleaning solar panels? So imagine you climbing up to the solar panel and having to clean it all by yourself, and it's installed on a high rooftop on a high building. So imagine how this could be risky for your safety and for your health. And moreover, we have that solar panel scientists or photovoltaic cell scientists, they claim that dust and dirt accumulation over solar panels, they cause significant drop in their total output efficiency of up to 20%. And they state that they require frequent cleaning throughout the year, and most especially in the summertime, where the weather is dirty and dusty most of the time. And basically, current cleaning methods, they are either inefficient or relatively expensive. So, for example, the water sprinkler system, which is installed on the panels, which is very wasty of water and costly. So now we're gonna talk about the technical side of our robot. So CleanBots is capable of navigating autonomously and through a remote control mode through all the panels. It is able, with the aid of ultrasonic sensors and a camera, to detect the edges of the panels and navigate through them and clean them through a brush system and a wiper system and a water sprinkler system. Moving on to the market size. So the global compound annual growth rate for the solar panel cleaning market is 10%, and it's $750 million in 2022, and is expected to grow to $1.3 billion in 2028. And imagine the reflectance of that these figures on the growing market in Lebanon, which has witnessed a significant growth since the dawn of the crisis of fuel. So our major competitor is Energy Cleaners. They are the main solar panel cleaning industry or company in Lebanon that only focuses on solar panels, while the others, they provide major general cleaning services for households. So basically all of them, they do not have the technology that we have, which is the autonomous mode, and they cannot prevent any risk of the manual cleaning. And moving on to our business model. So our basic subscription is to basically $2 per panel. We cost it, and with a total of 10 panels per one household installed. So that's on average for the panels. So that would count for $20 per one service of cleaning. So for our yearly cleaning services, we have two subscription plans. So either twice per year or thrice per year, which is advised by the scientists. So for how we are willing to scale up. So 1.5 million of households they have installed the solar panels mainly in Beirut. So that's 70% of Beirut's population, and 70% of them they clean all by themselves without any help. And so that would cost. So if we're gonna go for the subscription of $40 per household, that would make around $30 million per year for our assets. Now the roadmap for CleanBots. So in May 2024, we are launching the MVP of our product, and then a year after that, we're planning to develop 10 more robots to accommodate for 20% of the total of the serviceable market in Beirut, basically. And a year after that, we were planning to expand to at least 70 models of the robot to cover more areas and more customers. And finally, we are going to dive deep into the industry of window cleaning robots, which is a very growing industry currently. So for that to happen, we are asking for a funding of $200K. So that's basically to build our different models and numerous models that we're planning to build, and to accommodate for the cost of salaries and so here's our team. We have Maroon, Michael, Serop, and myself. We are basically interdisciplinary fields of engineering. So we have mechanical engineers and an electrical engineer. So, and basically don't forget to subscribe to our plans through the QR codes here. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, thanks for the pitch, guys. Quick question. What would be the production cost of one of those robots, and how much would a household kind of save in terms of spending as opposed to a regular solar cleaning service done manually instead of by robot?
So for the production of our robot, it costs mainly around $1.K for the whole design and the whole components assembled together. But we're planning on optimizing that and to make it more cost effective, so that in the future we can sell it to our customers and that won't be expensive for them. And as for the services themselves, basically all the competitors they have a pricing of, so they provide cleaning services for $30. So we're a bit relatively cheaper than them. So we're focusing more on the bigger number of customers rather than making money from a fewer number of customers.
But you're referring to your customers as also robot cleaning services, right? Not manual.
So basically in Lebanon, there's no robot cleaning services, so we're the first in this industry.
Okay. But do you know the average cost of, let's say, a traditional cleaning service? How much it would be? Forget the robot aspect of it.
It's around from $20 to $30.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure if you guys are the first. Okay, so we've seen many products on this. We have even one in our accelerator as well. Didn't work. What have you done to validate your product market fit? We know that there is this need of cleaning, but how did you decide that you want to go to the household? You want to do a subscription model instead of going, for example, to your competition and make them like have tools for autonomous cleaning, or for example, for myself, if I have solar panels, why would I want to clean it with you rather than manually? And it wouldn't even cost me $40 per year, maybe. I'm not sure. So just what was the validation process?
Beginning, so the thing is the difference between a B2B and a B2C aspect. So starting with the B2B aspect, beginning with simply the MVP and selling the MVP up, or just developing this MVP and then selling that to a business such as energy cleaners, it would be a great risk for them, and it's going to be highly, we highly doubt that they would accept the offer that we give of basically them having this robot and operating this robot that is still in development, still currently being optimized, and we're currently, we are the experts in handling this. So one thing that did come up, so in our business model, it's something that we did think of in our B2B, is instead of basically selling this robot, we could have them use this robot on the panels with their customers, and we would take our commission as they use this robot instead of having the manual instead of having them use manual labor. However, because this is a really huge shift in their own business model, so since we would cause a shift in their business model by imposing ours, simply us going from a B2C model at first and then scaling up to a B2B model after basically establishing our credibility and our place in the market, we can since we have our customers, we have our credibility, we can then expand up to B2B. So starting with B2C would be the safer, more applicable option.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I don't have to use this. Just the roadmap, if possible. I want to clarify a few things. So, okay, the MVP will be sort of complete shortly.
Yeah.
And then in a year time, you want to develop 10. So that's sort of like, is it a pilot phase or is it like 10 actual clients? Just want to understand, because it's a 1 year process to do 10. I just want to understand.
So basically now that we have the design finalized, so basically a few optimization would occur for the design. But basically, since we have all the design is finalized, so we can move on to building more of this robot. So basically to accommodate for more clients. So instead of having the pressure on one robot, so like to accommodate for others and for their schedules as well. So we're gonna develop more of these robots and slightly different models. So like for different environments and cases.
Okay. And regarding the window cleaning robots,
Yep.
so just can you clarify this sort of expansion in offering?
So yeah, so basically we're starting with solar panel cleaning, and it's basically less challenging than a window cleaning robot, because window cleaning is a 90-degree inclination, so it's very challenging to do this, and it's very risky for workers who do like work in this field, and they clean. Imagine like they're cleaning skyscrapers. So if we expand to that, it's basically the same kind of technology, but new challenges like are ahead of us. So if we overcome these challenges, we can dive deep into this into this industry and basically grow our market more.
Okay. And eventually it would work that you would be able to do several cleaning services across windows, solar panels.
Yes.
So maybe household could get you for like a holistic sort of cleaning experience. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. My mic is not working. So, first question, did you calculate or estimate the size of the Lebanese market?
Yeah, so basically it was the population of, so basically we're starting from Beirut as the main launching of our MVP. So we took like 70% of, okay, so yeah, 70% of Beirut population. So these are statistics that are assumed, and it's even more like minimized. It's even more than 70% that are people who are installed solar panels. So these are the household who have installed panels.
70% of Lebanese households.
Yeah, yeah, they have.
Specifically in Beirut.
In Beirut.
Specifically in
Yeah,
Beirut region.
we're talking in Beirut. So more like 70% of the buildings they have solar panels installed. So yeah, you can count on that. And yeah, for 70%, they 70% cleaning by themselves is through the surveys and interviews that we conducted. So they stated that they clean by themselves and they don't trust basically anyone to go up and clean for them. So just in case they don't know how to clean, they might damage the panel.
So today, how much is spent on cleaning solar panels in Lebanon? That's the question, because the approach that you have is you've calculated the population and then how much you want to charge per household, but today are there $30 million being spent on cleaning services?
This is the total attainable market right now. So this is the total attainable market. Of course, we can't target everyone that cleans by themselves. The real or the expected value, the expected amount of people is 10% of this 70% of people that do clean by themselves.
And last question, you said your services would be cheaper than
yeah, relatively cheaper, or like the same prices.
Same prices. So if that's the case, why didn't we see any of the other brand of robots in Lebanon yet?
So basically, the cost of making this robot is a challenge for everyone, and I believe the skill set. So not everyone has the skill set to build such a robot. So that's our main advantage in building this robot exactly.
There's a research and development cost and a lot of time and skills basically put into this. The robots have been developed outside
of Lebanon. Yeah, there are a lot, but in Lebanon especially, there's none in this field exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, we're Chimera and we're the fire alarm system for your network. Chimera enables every company to have a first line of defense against cyber attacks. So cybersecurity is too expensive and it's impacting our businesses. The barriers to entry to cybersecurity are exposing SMEs to significant risks and financial losses. So we're looking at two main problems: the negative impact on business security and the financial repercussions. So regarding the business security aspect, 43% of cyber attacks target SMEs and only 14% of them have a cybersecurity infrastructure in place. Also, 87% of these companies have compromising user data. Regarding the financial repercussions, SMEs suffer average losses of $25,000 due to cyber attacks, and 60% of them end up shutting down 6 months post-attack. So what are we building? We're building a network intrusion detection system that uses machine learning to detect malicious traffic on a network. And it's catered especially for non-technical users. So basically what you would do is, you would download Chimera and you would take your hands off and we'll do all the job for you. We'll start listening on the traffic on your network. Our machine learning algorithms will analyze the traffic and see if there's any malicious activity going on. If anything is detected, you'll get notified either through the desktop app, which is featured here, part of it, we could fit the whole thing, or through our mobile app. And you'll get notifications in a step-by-step way, which resembles like a cooking recipe, so anybody can understand to be able to mitigate the threats. So why now? You might think that the cybersecurity market is an oversaturated market and already other existing solutions cater this need. But first of all, we've got increasing regulatory compliance and data protection laws that put companies under pressure to be able to secure their networks, or they would be basically to pay fines. Secondly, SMEs are increasingly being under attack. So between 2020 and 2022 alone, the volume of cyber attacks over these companies increased by over 150%. And the same AI we're using to secure networks and to help these companies is being leveraged by attackers to create AI cyber attacks, basically. And the market is growing too. So it's growing by the fear of the increasing threats towards these companies. So we're looking at three main markets: the SME cybersecurity spending market, the AI and cybersecurity market, and the NIDS market. And all of them are growing at a CAGR of basically double digits, and we're looking at tens of billions to hundreds of billions markets worldwide. So who are our customers? Our customers are small businesses and individual users, and these are the people that cater the non-technical aspect of our product. We're looking at medium-sized businesses because our product also leverages the skills of IT personnel and makes their life easier, and also enterprise scale companies because our software is customizable and it's integratable with their already existing solutions. So our go-to-market strategy comprises of 5 approaches mainly. Our strategic software alliances with third-party software providers, guerrilla marketing, SME business associations to be able to reach our core SME market, local networks. So basically our first draft, let's say, is the testing market, which is in Lebanon at the GCC, and then we'll go into the details of that later in the product roadmap. And also cybersecurity thought leaders, so also a lot of faculty here at AUB are part of these people, so we're started early. Regarding our business model, we're looking at a SaaS business model with a base subscription, a professional subscription, and enterprise subscription. Regarding the base subscription, we're looking at $100 per month, catering up to 10 users, and it comes as an NIDS, that comes as a desktop app and a mobile app. For a professional subscription, it caters up to 50 users, and we're looking at $230 a month, and it supports a larger numbers of users, as I said, and access to advanced analytics. And for the enterprise subscription, it's by quotation, and it's customizable to the specific needs with also dedicated support. So regarding the competitive landscape, most of the players here are big tech, and they service only enterprise scale, and they focus on automation and integration rather than ease of use and accessibility. Even the open source solutions, which are really common in the field, they're free, but the cost to set up and the expert knowledge to be able to maintain is super high. And the other solutions such as Vectra AI, Darktrace, and the rest are getting up to speed with the technology. They're adapting AI into their systems, but it's still super expensive and it's very, very technical. So regarding our product roadmap, this project started in September 2023 as our FYP. We saw the potential it has. We applied to the MSFEA Accelerator program. We won first place. We secured funding from Fusion. And in early May, we're finalizing our MVP and we're conducting various tests. By early June, we plan on incorporating the company in the US. By mid-June, we plan on incorporating the feedback gathered from our beta users that we acquired through our customer interviews. And we're planning to deploy our new features. By Q3 of 2024, we're optimizing our machine learning algorithms to reach an accuracy of over 90%. By Q4 2024, we're finalizing remote router configuration for deployment. And also, during that same time frame, we want to expand to the GCC. By Q1 2025, we want to hire a business development team in the US, and hopefully by then also we'll launch. So the ask, we're asking $250K in pre-seed funding. We already secured $150K thanks to Fusion. And these funds will be primarily allocated to be able to meet the targets highlighted in the roadmap, so R&D, expansion of our technical team to scale, and even the marketing and sales efforts. And with this investment, we reach to aim an MARR of $32K through 200 users. The team, we're a group of 3 fourth-year software engineering students here at AUB, Karim Shammas, myself, Hakmat, and Jad, and we're very excited to build Chimera. Thank you.
So why not focus on the individual, which is a very high need now? Especially that on the enterprise level, you have already Lebanese companies as well as international companies working on these problems, and everyone is integrating AI in their products. Because I don't know why you are not focusing and choosing to tackle everything. Maybe the product can do it all at once. So you have to tell me about this. And second, for the roadmap, like you were very detailed on the development of the product as MVP. Suddenly you went to the GCC in one quarter and to the US in another quarter.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do this?
Okay. So just to answer your first question regarding why are we targeting all of it. So basically our product is catered specifically for SMEs. So the individual users and the enterprise are a plus. We're just showcasing that it also applies to them because it's customizable and it also leverages the skills of IT personnel. So you don't need, so even if you have IT skills, you'll be able to use our product and it would also help you.
But as a business development representative that you're gonna hire later on,
yeah,
there's so much bandwidth that he can do. So he cannot tackle all of these.
We'll focus only on SMEs.
The way we're currently developing our product, it's built to fit smaller companies or even individuals' own homes.
And the second question regarding the GCC and the expansion to the US. So basically with Fusion, with the funding we got, we have to relocate to the US. But for now, we want to finalize our product, test it, make sure it's bulletproof, and then move on to the US when it's worth it. So for the first part, for the Lebanese market and the GCC, we're using it just for testing. So we're not really planning to expand and take a market share. We just want to use the connections we leverage, which we're already using right now. We're able to acquire a lot of beta testers.
Did you check your competition in the US as well then?
Yeah.
Okay. No, what is it?
It's the right here.
This is in the US though.
So basically it's worldwide because these companies operate on a worldwide scale. So it's not really just catered for the US market. It's the worldwide landscape, how it looks like. And yeah.
Okay, everyone is AI driven. So you're betting on the ease of use, that's it.
Exactly.
And the affordability.
Exactly. Because through our customer interviews, so we interviewed startups up until the biggest players in the market here in Lebanon. So we're talking about the BDD, the holding company, the ZRE. All of them have the same problem. Even for the biggest companies, it's way too expensive. So what we're talking about with, for example, the Vectra, Darkchase, and the 10 microsystems, the subscriptions yearly, they're dependent on consumption. They start off as 5 figures yearly subscriptions up to 6 figures. So even huge companies can't really afford that just for network security. It's not worth it for them, and it's super expensive. So this is why we're focusing on smaller companies that don't have any security infrastructure, which is already a huge portion of them, and just to take them from 0, which is nothing, to 1, which is a layer of security.
Question regarding your brand identity. How do you plan on building the trust for larger companies, let's say, to use your product and trust you with all their data?
So great question, because we're just 3 students and they look, imagine going on to a meeting and we're selling our product and they would look at us like, okay, who are you guys? So basically we're planning on to do that with basically the ISO, let's say, accreditations that you can have. So there's a lot of standards in the market that you can apply to, and if you're basically up to standard, you would get this type of accreditation. So this is where our credibility would come from.
Where would that be in the roadmap, let's say?
Towards the deployment, so towards the launch.
And would that cost money? Would that cost any resources on your side?
It's just basically the product development. So it's part of the product development. If our product is up to standards, then we don't need to invest more in it.
Also, the fact that we're not targeting the enterprises straight away, but we're starting with the smaller scale companies and the individuals will help build credibility slow or gradually.
Thanks.
I have a question. So this is a market where reliability is more important than affordability. So how are you going to make sure that your product is as reliable as the existing solutions in the market?
So this is why we're taking our time, especially with the machine learning side of the project, to be able to reach a certain level of accuracy, to be able to basically launch and feel good about it, not basically scamming people. And yeah, so most of the companies now keep in mind that they don't have anything in place. So anything for them, even if it's not as good as the already existing solutions, is enough, because it's better than nothing. So we're servicing these types of companies first, with obviously a certain level of accuracy and standard that we're sticking to. But yeah.
Just a question from my end on the innovation factor. Sure. So I got the edge, understand the market and so on, but the fact that it's easy to use and it's like simplified for non-technical, how easy is it to duplicate? Like, is there like some kind of innovation in how the product is done?
The product itself is pretty technical, so we've been working on now for a year with all the resources we can find, and we're getting there. And adding to it our edge, our value proposition, which is ease of use and the likes, also is to an extent some kind of expertise, because we're working here at AUB with the IDPP, so the human-centered design, and it's not as simple as just building a nice UI. It's a bit more than that. So it's actually studied. through our customer interviews, so through the experience we acquired over time, what they need, what they don't need, how it might look like, how to convey the message. So it's a bit more than just a nice UI and something that looks appealing.
Right, and at what point are you gonna look into the IP or like make sure this is not easily
So we don't really need that, because Snort, for example, the pig here is open source.
Okay.
So the code is online and everybody can take a look at it. We took a look at it. So we don't really need the IP, honestly.
Okay, cool. Alright.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Today, I'm thrilled to share with you a groundbreaking innovation that redefines the water management industry. As we navigate through our pitch deck, I invite you to envision a future where water loss is a rarity, not a routine. Let's begin with a stark reality. Each year, the world loses $45 billion worth of water. That's 160 billion cubic meters of water that never serves its purpose. In cities from Philadelphia to Sao Paulo, nearly 40% of water escapes unseen. Against this backdrop, we face critical challenges. Currently, detection methods are inefficient and costly, and the lack of precise localization further triggers a domino effect, escalating non-revenue water, environmental stress due to water scarcity, and soaring operational costs. To address these concerns, H2X Solutions crafted Hydroball, an autonomous, intelligent device that travels through water pipelines using advanced sensors to detect leaks and vulnerabilities with unprecedented accuracy. It's more than a product, it's a guardian of our water resources. Our MVP, currently in advanced testing stages, is as compact as it is powerful. With an 8 centimeter diameter, it navigates pipelines effortlessly. Made from aluminum and powered by the flow of water itself, it represents the pinnacle of practical and environmental design. Each feature is tailored to maximize efficiency and minimize disruption. H2X Solutions operate in big water systems, which constitutes water pipeline transmissions. Our target customers are municipal water utilities, regional water authorities, industrial water facilities, and water infrastructure and consulting firms. These organizations strive daily to manage and conserve water with the best tools available. Hydroball is their next essential tool. H2X Solutions operate in the water management infrastructure technology, which is valued at $16 billion with a CAGR of 14%. As an initial phase, H2X Solutions will penetrate the Lebanese market, where we've already seen significant interest. We're tapping into a serviceable market worth $4 million. Our ambitions stretch beyond. We're targeting the Canadian market next. Our business model is as robust as our product. Our potential revenue streams operate on two major pillars. The first is the paper inspection service, where we charge $700 per kilometer inspected. The second pillar is the royalties from licensing, which is 20% from companies who use Hydroball as their solution for their clients. To assess the competitive landscape, we laid out a blue ocean analysis to identify the key industry competing factors for our competitors Xylem and Aganosa. We aim to establish a standard which differentiates us from our competition. This will make us tap into an uncontested marketplace. What is unique about Hydroball, it's that it does not rely on external signals, which is a game changer for underground environment and enclosed water pipelines. Our go-to-market strategy is diverse, starting with pilot tests in North Lebanon to partnerships with industry key players like DAI Solution. We're paving a clear path we're paving a clear path to sustainable growth. The AI will allow us to partner with USAID to further enhance our product and our brand reputation. Our end goal, however, is to secure the Ministry of Energy and Water as our customer. Our roadmap is our blueprint for success. From initial development to advanced technical enhancements and to international expansion, we're paving each phase of these will elevate us in the water management market. Our team is a dedicated profession. Is consisted of dedicated professionals. There is myself, Ali Farhat, Christopher Abenajam, and John Paul Aziz. Today we seek a partnership and progress. We ask for $200,000 to propel our R&D and help us scale. This is how you can get in touch with us to serve a spot when we launch. Thank you. With Hydroball, we're not just saving water, we're revolutionizing the water management future. Thank you.
As a part of our go-to-market strategy, first of all, we did some customer validation. We reached out to companies such as not companies, but NGOs, North Lebanon Water Establishment. We contacted Mr. Gabi Nasser, who is a technical director, and he showed significant interest. And he's actually told us whenever we finish the product at the end of this month, we will go do some pilot tests. And as a part of our interviewing process to gather more feedback about the price, this is actually a huge pain point for everybody. And year by year, there's a lot of non-revenue water. So they said that as long as the solution is speedy and gives the exact location of the leak, then there's no objection about what we pay. So there was no price range. And yes, so we did our pricing strategy to be $700 per kilometer.
Okay. Just to clarify the actual product and how it serves, so it detects a leak,
yes.
And then that's where it finishes the role. That's it.
Okay, so our goal is mainly thrown into the pipeline and then retrieved at the end of the pipeline. Along the flow of water, as it flows, it will be collecting data to detect the leaks with many other data. And then after retrieving the bowl, we would access the bowl and retrieve all the data, and then it will be thrown into our software. This software actually computes this data and analyzes it, and then maps out, gives out a map of the pipeline with red dots where the leaks are located and their exact location, so that the company would actually head there, dig, fix the pipes, and that's it pretty much.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, it's very valuable. I'm just trying to see what happens once you detect. So it could be worth thinking, they could fix the loss of water, but also you can integrate in your product an aspect where once you detect that, there's another solution, maybe not yourself or your partner, but another entity that helps on that, and then it's the full value chain is captured through your product. Thank you.
For me, it's not a question, just two recommendations. I invite you to look at NAR startup before that used to detect gas leaks. So it went very well and went to the US, I think acquired by a US company. So we're checking this one. Two, I'm worried about, like Sarah said, the commercialization element about it, because your go-to-market approach, I'm afraid it might not work. It might work for testing. But
actually that's the plan to test, but our end goal is to become Montreal.
Thanks for the presentation. What is the current methods that these municipalities or companies use, and how does it compare in pricing to your offering?
Okay, so actually the current solutions that exist in the Lebanese, not in the Lebanese market, but in the global market, we have the fiber optic sensing. However, there's a huge weakness, it's really accurate. However, when it comes to the price, it's super expensive and it involves a lot of maintenance fees and costs in the future. So that's why not all companies install fiber optic sensing. And the second one is actually using acoustic sensing. So there's a tool where they scan the pipes but above the ground. However, it's deemed to be not reliable and not efficient. So because whenever there's any external noise or vibration in the environment, especially for underground pipes, the frequency readings will differ. So it's hard to capture the exact location of the leak.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
How do you detect the leak? What's the sensor?
What?
What's the sensor? How do you detect the leak?
So we use an acoustic sensor to detect the leak. So a leak in a pipe will have a different frequency and a different sound pressure in the pipe. So using an acoustic sensor will be embedded in the bowl, and once, as JP said, when the ball will travel to the pipe, it will continuously read all the frequency and the sound pressure that is in the pipe. And at the end, we remove the acoustic sensor, we read the data, and applying statistical analysis, we can determine anomalies. And these anomalies would be the leaks.
And how do you localize the anomaly?
We localize the anomalies using an IMU sensor. So the IMU sensor have a magnetometer and a gyroscope and an accelerometer. Together, these can give us a map of the pipe.
And a little secret.
Yes, and a little secret. So we all know that IMUs are not accurate. So we have actually an outside idea that was integrated to actually correct the data. So we all know that data correction is actually integrated with the IMU. For example, most of the IMUs actually use GPS correction. So the GPS would actually recorrect the data, but we have another secret that we cannot actually disclose. Yeah, that's...
I'm not investing until I know what that secret is, because IMUs would drift like crazy, especially this is a kilometers range application. It's not meters.
That's
Once we finish the patent, we reveal the secret.
Yeah.
You need provisionary, you don't need to finish it.
Once we sign. Any other questions? All good? Thank you.
Hello everyone. We are Khalid. I'm Munir Khalid, and this is my colleague Mahmoud Khalid. We will present to you our product. So, many people want to buy solar panels with one goal in their mind: to reduce their electricity costs and reduce hours of power outage. But their goal is not 100% expressed, because they have also money that is going to waste. Why is this happening? You know, in Lebanon we have the generator electricity and the state electricity, and all of these sources, some people have like a counter that counts how much they use electricity. So some people charge their batteries in amounts that are not needed, and this costs them more money. And some people miss the exact chances to to charge their batteries, and in both cases they waste electricity, and it gives additional costs. So we'll take the example of Karim. He's one of our customer segments. Karim is an employee. He has like a monthly salary of like $800, like many Lebanese people in this situation. Let's say his annual salary is $9,000. His electricity fees are $1,800, and he has 4 hours of power outages. He went to solar panels, but again, with solar panels, even with solar panels, 1/5 of his salary is spent on electricity. So this is a problem for him. He wishes to reduce more the electricity bills. So he will buy our product. He will pay $100 to get an electricity fees of $1,400 rather than $1,800. So what's our product? Our product is a piece of hardware and a mobile app. The piece of hardware is connected to the inverter. It runs an AR model, a machine learning model. It learns from your history of consumption and your history of solar panels electricity generation. And so it can predict your future electricity that you need, the future amount that you need, and the future amount of electricity generated by the PV panels to make decisions, optimize decisions on when and how much to charge your batteries. So your costs become optimized. We also have a mobile app. The mobile app is just to monitor and view the statistics of how much you're saving. And it takes into account the local constraints. for now, for Lebanon, we have the local constraint of the breaker. We have the breaker, for example, maximum 15 amperes. You cannot exceed it, or the breaker will be triggered. We'll take into account these constraints. How does it work? So Karim will buy our product on day 1. He will install it in his home. After 14 days, so 2 weeks, we'll have gathered some data about his consumption. We use a machine learning model, which is YLSTM. We can predict the day ahead needed electricity and solar generation. And at day 366, so after 1 year, he will successfully have reduced 20% of his electricity bills. Our business model is just $100 per unit for this hardware. We can in the Q&A say why we arrived at this number. For the market size, okay, for now we're in Lebanon, but we plan to grow our market in the US because it's a very big market. So we found that we have $5 billion per year market in the US. For the competitive analysis, we have 2 main competitors, Honeywell and Bosch. So Honeywell uses AI, but it's not for homes. It's not personalized for an individual home. It's for companies and buildings. We are for households, and Bosch doesn't use AI at the extent we use it, because we have many features that use AI. For the roadmap, for now we are still developing. We have an MVP, but we are still testing it and developing and improving it. We have talked with a company in Lebanon, a major, if not the major, solar inverter brand in Lebanon, and thanks to Mr. Qasim who's attending here. They like the idea, and we may talk with them in the future because they already have a market. So we may talk with them in the future if they can install our product as an additional service when they install inverters, for example. So for the first 2 years, we plan to install our products in Lebanon, and we can talk to electricians to serve us in marketing. And after the 2 years, we will start studying opening in the US. We have people there, we have relatives there. They can really help us to open branch there. The team, I'm Munir Khalil. I'm a specialist in software systems, and I have experience in cybersecurity. Muhammad Awada is a Google certified project manager. He will be the CEO, and he's specialized in software systems and networks. Ibrahim Hamedi is a senior electrical and communication engineering student, and he's specialized in hardware and control. And Hussein Amro is a software systems and networks specialist. We asked for $50,000 for 10%. It will be divided on product development, 20%, 60% on marketing, because we should really study the market at a great extent, and 20% for operations and overhead. Okay, so we're launching in June. Pre-order now and scan our QR code. Thank you.
This is not recurring revenue we're talking about. It's just a one-time payment. You sell it for $100 and that's it. You don't plan on integrating, let's say, a pricing model for, let's say, the software.
For now, we first thought about integrating software services, getting payments on software services. But after researches, we found out having a $5 subscription for now isn't worthy for a user to pay. So we have integrated a whole pricing, since the user once getting this hardware piece, he would be paying for the algorithm inside and the piece. So we have integrated $100 per unit sale for this hardware and the algorithm inside it.
Okay. And one last question. Regarding the valuation, how did you reach that valuation?
Okay, so we have the idea in mind after many researchers that we can reduce up to 20%, if not more, of the electricity. So we took the average of salaries in Lebanon for the citizens, and we came up with this $100 that it's worth it.
Yeah, I was referring to the valuation of the company, meaning 10% for 50K for the investment?
Like we're still, it's the first time, it's our first like fundraising event. So we, if the number or the percentage, you mean?
Both. Both work. How did you get to the $500,000?
So technically, what 10%? So it's as if you're saying the company is worth 500K. So he's just asking whether.
Like because we need the investment and we don't have a problem like to have to give 10% for now. We don't have any investors for now. But
thanks.
Thank you. I'm not convinced of the pricing. You said you're gonna go on this. You just started now when you were answering, and I'm not convinced of the savings on the persona. If you go back one more slide, no, yeah. Electricity fees for $1,800 for someone who is getting paid $800 per month. Those are high electricity fees. This is not the average, I don't think so, for a household. Annual, yeah. So it's like more than $150 per month for someone getting paid $800. So, and this is why I'm worried about the pricing. Would you be able to save those electricity fees, those $400 for someone to pay $100, like a quarter of those for you guys? And two, why don't you try Kickstarter as well?
Okay, so for the first question, like we did our researches and we found out that we can reduce 20%. Okay, so
I'm sure you can reduce. You did your research. I mean, if someone electricity fees were like $1,000, how much would you save here? 20%.
Yeah.
Okay, so $200. So I'm gonna have to pay 50%, $100 here.
Will be reduced by 400, and the customer will pay 100.
If my electricity fees are 1,800.
Yes.
If it's less.
20%. 20% of the fees.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's say my electricity fees are $1,000. I would save 200 and pay you 100. Yeah.
Yes.
This is why I'm not convinced of the pricing. Now you might answer that I'm gonna use it for many years.
Yes.
Okay, maybe so. Does it work with all types of batteries?
Yeah. It works with mainly with the lithium battery.
Okay.
But we have like another business model that we thought about. Maybe it will answer your question. It's about how much the customer saves money.
Yeah, just wondering about the pricing and product. What is it? I'm sure it's a great tool, and there is a need to monitor and optimize those savings or those storage in the batteries, but I'm not sure about this. Okay.
Just to expand on Tom's point on the pricing, so what does the cost structure look like? So, for example, the margin on such a product for you, how much does it cost you versus how much you're selling?
The hardware itself doesn't cost a lot. Yeah,
it's about from $50 to $70 for all the hardware components.
But because it has our algorithm, our model, this is the innovation, you can say, in it. So we made this price.
And if there's a need for maintenance down the line, or like the client needs support,
yes,
is that part of your plan?
We have like 2 years maintenance, for free. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Any more questions?
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, we're EcoBite. Convenience packaging has found its way into the environment, contaminating land, water, and the food chain. In fact, 92% of them become microplastics and find their way into your lungs and your stomachs. What would make convenient packaging even more convenient? With EcoBite, we can solve the world's plastic crisis and health concerns with a simple plastic for eco-conscious consumers. An algae-based, edible, biodegradable plastic that meets all packaging needs. In fact, it conforms to ASTM, USDA, and ISO standards. We would be selling 20 eco pouches, size 20 by 20 for $5. Compared to other sustainable alternatives, our plastic has stronger mechanical properties, is edible, and looks and feels exactly like plastic. You wouldn't even know the difference. Wouldn't you rather be part of a safer alternative that not only improves your health, the health of your loved ones and the environment, rather than being part of the problem? You would not only be reducing plastic pollution, decreasing the carbon footprint and conserving the environment, but also you would be improving your health by reducing microplastics, enhancing your food safety, and decreasing your risks of diseases, especially cancers. On one end, governments are putting a ban on these single-use plastics and putting restrictions on the industry. And on the other end, they are incentivizing companies that have tangibly proven that they are eco-friendly by providing them with tax breaks. For example, in the UAE, the government has set a hefty fine on companies that have not followed this ban. Because of that, there has been a growing demand for consumers and governments for eco-friendly packaging. A study conducted in 2023 by Buy and Green Report states that 90% of people under the age of 24 are more willing to switch to brands that have eco-friendly packaging, even though it comes at a slightly higher cost. And not only that, but the market size is projected to almost double by 2029. Join us in creating a more sustainable future and pre-order your very own eco pouch now. Currently, we are selling D2C, we are selling our product D2C, but as we scale up our manufacturing, we would be selling B2B. Tiago, Bato, Hala, Omar, Khair, and I are all fourth-year mechanical engineering students and have the perfect skill sets to revolutionize the plastic industry, whether it is from the business aspect or from the technical side. So for our growth, we have just completed our product development and testing. We have a tangible plastic with us. And we are currently concluding our branding and marketing website, branding and marketing at the moment. Our next step is to get our certification and standard compliance to be able to launch our product into the market. And once we do that, our target is to manufacture around 100 boxes a day. And later down the road, we would be extracting our own raw materials to be able to further cut down on costs. So to be able to scale our startup and produce 100 boxes a day, we would need $50,000 to be able to automate a manufacturing line and be able to more efficiently produce our plastics. A smaller portion of it would go to the raw materials because we wouldn't be sourcing them just yet. And then we would need another portion for marketing, salaries, and operation. Embrace sustainability today for a thriving tomorrow. We are live. Please be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Thank you.
Just one question about how would you convince the user that it's edible, completely edible? So do you need like a certificate from Ministry of Health or anything like this? And how much time does it take? And do you have to do this in every country later on as well?
Currently, we're targeting the Lebanese market, but we definitely do need the certification from the Ministry of Health. We are also planning on getting our ISO standards, so basically we send them our plastic and they give us the if it's certified, they send us back the certification that it's ISO certified. And in this case, we would be able to put it on our packaging so it's 100% safe to consume.
Do you know there was like edible plates? Any idea what happened to those?
UV Pack,
Okay.
it was a company. Yeah, they were doing them from waste, like other food waste, but they eventually stopped. I think they stopped manufacturing them because they didn't have a long shelf life.
Okay.
My question is about why did you decide to go with a consumer product knowing that launching and selling consumer products in retail and have them pick up is not very easy without a marketing budget. So why didn't you decide to raise more money and go with a B2B product?
Currently, we're just going D2C because we were not able to manufacture at our scale this much like bags. We cannot manufacture. So once we are able to just scale up, the money predominantly is going to automate the manufacturing line. And once we have that, the raw materials themselves don't cost much. So once we have that, we can scale our business, be able to produce more, and then in this case we would be transitioning into a B2B model. So which we just don't have currently the capabilities of doing that. Once we do, we would be able to transition.
Okay, thank you for the presentation.
Going back to the shelf life topic, is there a shelf life for this product, or does it expire? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, currently we've done many tests at AUB using all the readily available machines. We definitely have a shelf life that's longer than 3 years. We can't go beyond that because we have the restrictions with the machines, but this would be more than enough for us at the moment to launch our product. Someone wouldn't keep them for usually longer than 3 years. And in that case, we would be eventually adding an expiration date on our product if that's the case, but we don't have an expiration date set.
Okay, thanks.
Just a final question from my end on the price. Did you mention how much does it cost? I might have missed
it's
it.
$5.
Okay, so I know that the idea of the product is to save the environment, and of course it's going to be more costly than a normal packaging. But have you done that study on Lebanon, given you're targeting Lebanon? Do you have that kind of clientele willing to pay more? I mean, I know there's a part of the community that's like that, but how much are they? Are they enough for you to meet your targets initially? I know you're gonna go to B2B, even businesses. Are they gonna pay that much or more for an environment-friendly product? Would they replace it with a cheaper one? So yeah, just wondering.
Yeah. I mean, the bags that are currently on the market that are like the trash bags that are supposedly biodegradable cost $4.54. So our bags are less than 50 cents more expensive than what's already on the market. So people are definitely, from our customer interviews, people are definitely willing to pay more, and the difference in pricing is not that high for them to be, oh my god, that's a significant increase. I can't afford this. I would rather go with my conventional plastic. Even it's not just the environment. It doesn't come just at the cost of the environment. It comes at the cost of your own health. So if I can do anything, if I can pay 50 cents more to improve my own health, I would definitely do that. And so does everyone else in the interviews.
Thanks.
A couple questions.
Yes.
Why go after the edible part and not just go the biodegradable? Because I'm worried about sanitation, because packaging gets dirty. How are you gonna guarantee that it's clean to eat, and why do you want to make me eat my packaging? And just, if I care about the environment, make it biodegradable.
I mean, then what's the difference between a paper bag and what we're doing? It's biodegradable. But what we're doing, basically, edible entails biodegradable. And if it's healthy for you, it's healthy for the environment. Like, you don't necessarily need to eat it. It's just a fun twist. Right out of the box, it would be 100% safe for you to eat. It's just a personal choice if you would want to eat it yourself or not. It's just like a added fun twist. Like, we came up with it, and eventually it was edible. So.
Is the formula public knowledge?
No.
Because I've seen the edible water capsules.
Yeah, there are no chemicals in what we have. It's made out of products you eat on a daily basis, so they're healthy. There are no chemicals at all.
So the formula is unique.
Yes.
To you.
Yes.
Completely, right?
After 110 iterations, it is.
You might want to consider an exit to just sell the formula and not bother with the market. Think of maybe of food industries, or maybe somebody who sells plastic, just sell them the formula. Thank you. Just to add to what Himan's question about why edible, a big issue with packaging is leaching. You know, if you're talking about drugs, pharmaceuticals, or food and food containers, the biggest concern is leaching of chemicals and materials into the product. So one thing is you can highlight, it's not just fun, it's actually safety. This is a much safer packaging. It's so safe you can eat it and it's all natural. So this is an added value, and this is a need that your product can meet. So make sure you highlight this in terms of the edible part. So yeah, and I know for a fact, plastic manufacturers are looking for more sustainable packaging. So definitely this formula of replacing components, packaging components and plastics and so on would be attractive to people like Indefco and the big local manufacturers and international manufacturers. So the idea of selling the formula there and not having to worry about the marketing of the product could find a home there.
I would add just a certain alternative. You can have them as strategic investors as well. So if you don't want to sell and maybe just worry about the marketing, maybe they could be on your side. You can put them on your side.
Yeah.
You don't have any ChemEs on the team, right?
No. We used our material science knowledge to come up with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the award ceremony, the official award ceremony starts at 3. We will take a bit of time now to compile the grades and deliberate. So if you have a bit of time to stick around for 20 more minutes to deliberate the grading. And would like to thank the startups again, and I'll see you at 3 p.m. Thanks.